have seen in the previous video that the pattern which is a left aligned triangle printed with an asterisk. I hope you have completely understood that entire pattern, because that will be the basic pattern which you are supposed to summarize. If not, you can go back to that particular video, study that completely, and then you can re-study this particular stuff. What if the same pattern is now changed with numbers? I have a same pattern but now filled with some numbers. I have again this left aligned right angle triangle, but this time I had filled numbers in that particular pattern. So now if the pattern remains same, if it is a left aligned triangle, do remember that I am going to use two variables for doing this particular pattern, R and C. So R will go from 1 to n and C will go from 1 to R. If you have to again remember how exactly these variables are being done. For n rows, if the user says 10 rows, I am supposed to print 10 rows. So it means that R will go from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on till 10th row. And the number of asterisks on the row depends on the row value. For example, if I am at the 5th row, the number of asterisks which are supposed to be printed are 5. If I am the 6th row, the number of asterisks which are going to be printed are 6 asterisks. So here I am supposed to print these many asterisks on the rows, hence we say that the value of C will end up at R. A simple way to memorize, or a simple way to remember. How many rows will be there? N rows, hence R will go from 1 to n. What is the value of C? How do I remember the value of C? Check out how many characters appear on the row. If the number of characters are equal to the row value, then your C will always start with 1 and ends up at R. All those patterns which you are going to do in the later videos or in the current video, which are going to be matching with this particular left aligned right angle triangle, we will be using only two variables R and C, and every time R will go with 1 to n and C will go with 1 to R, irrespective of the characters which are going to be printed. The characters won't be asterisks, alphabets, anything, but here we are going to have a simple structure. Now you remember the previous entire code. I'll rewrite the entire code one more time, but in the later part I'll be just justifying it using only the for loops. So I have this entire pattern to be printed using number of the numbers or the digits in this particular ratio, in this particular part. So here, if you observe, in the first row, can you tell me what is the value of R and C? Yes, R is 1 and C is 1, true. So when R is 1, C is 1, do have a synchronous with this particular voice, because if you are going to speak, then only these things will be much more easier. Don't just watch the video. You are supposed to even have a coordination with your voice. Probably I will not be able to hear you, but definitely will have a synchronous virtually. Okay, now the first character will have the coordinates R as 1 and C as 1. So now let me write this. When R is 1, C is 1. What to be printed? 1. After that, we know that R is 1, C is 2, but the condition false. So it means that I am supposed to get the cursor next line. And then when R is 2, C is 1, again I am supposed to print 1. After that, C becomes 2, again I am supposed to print 2. When C becomes 3, should I print that? No. Your answer is true. No. Then what I need to do is I will get the cursor next line. That can be done by using a printf / instruction. After that, R is 3. When R is changed to 3, C changed to 1, print 1. When C changed to print 2. When C changed to 3, print 3. When R becomes 4, again C is set with 1, print 1. C is set with 2, print 2. When C is set with 3, print 3. C is set with 4, print 4. So basically, do you feel that the value of C is the one which is going to be printed? Whatever might be the value of R, the value of C is the one which appears on the screen. Hence, C has to be printed on the screen. So it means that I'll continue the same previous program, but this time I'll have the value of C as printing operation. So in the previous code, we said asterisk as a printing character, but this time I'll use what? The value of C. So the rest of our code remains same. We are going to include the header files. The common program which exists for each and every pattern program is the variable declaration and asking a question how many rows. After that, even the loops also remain same, because we concluded that R will still go from what to what? 1 to n. So R will be from 1 to n, R plus plus. And here your C will be still having same value, C less than equals to R, C plus plus. But there, when C was changing its value, we used an asterisk for printing operation. Do we use C as printing operation? No. Here we are going to use, yes, we are not going to use asterisk, but it is still the value of C. So how to print the value of C? So I'll say printf %d comma C. Once the value of C is printed, you are supposed to get the cursor on the next line at the end of every row. I'll say printf /n and then end this code, then get ch. So basically the value of R or C, what to be printed depends upon the characteristics of what used for printing. So here we print the value of C on the screen, because when R is 1, C is 1, we printed 1. When R is 2, C is 1, again we started with 1. When R is 1, when R is 2, C is 2, again we start with 2. So the value of C was the one which was used for printing operation. So hence conclude that whenever the pattern starts with 1, if the pattern always starts with 1 and gets incremented till the row value, then it will be always the value of C which is supposed to be printed on screen. This is about the second type of pattern. Still we are in the left aligned triangles, a second pattern which is filled with numbers. Suppose if I make a small change in this particular pattern. The one which we studied was 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If I say that every pattern starts with the row value itself and keeps on printing the same row number. For example, the second row starts with 2 and continues to print the same value. The third row starts with 3 and prints for 3 times. The fourth row starts with 4 and prints the value on the screen. If I am supposed to start with the row number and print the same value, if I am supposed to start with the row value and then print the same number, then what I'll do is I'll use the value of R for printing. So the only change in this particular code, instead of this, what I'll do is I'll use alternate instruction as printf %d comma the value of R, because when C is undergoing a change, when C is changing, this will not affect the value of R. So if you feel that the pattern starts with the row number and all the characters of the row are same, if the pattern starts with the row number and all the characters are same, in that case always print R. If every row starts with 1 and keeps on incrementing by 1 position, then always print the value of C. So these are the two variations which you might find in this particular task. So either starting with 1 or starting with the row value itself. There might be some more variations. We'll see those patterns in the later part of the videos. Thank you.